Right, folks, what's happening in the world of showbiz today, you might say? Right, I'll give you the first one, bit of a sad passing. Many of you probably won't know the name. I didn't. But I know of him. Rachins, you might not know his name, 82. He's died in that there America over the last couple of days. As soon as I seen his picture, I knew him. He starred in one of my favourite shows of all time, probably my favourite show 30, 40 years ago. Up until then, it was probably my favourite show before The West Wing and The Sopranos came out. He was one of the lawyers, Douglas Brackman, in LA Law. You may remember it. I used to love it. I thought it was a fantastic show. I read today, it's surprising, I think it's Steve Bochco, who was behind NYPD Blue, which is probably my favourite show of all time. He was Alan Rachins' brother-in-law. Didn't know that at all. Anyway, he's died, as I say, 82. He's had a good life. Died of heart attack, I think, in his sleep or heart problems. So hopefully he went peacefully. I loved him in that. I don't know him from many other things, but he was brilliant in that. Kerry Katone has denied that she's splitting up after all. She's let the stories go for 2 days that she's splitting up. She said, no. Don't know where that's come from. Obviously, as I say, she's got a series in production now with a production company, and it's all about her and a fella living together, being engaged all the way up to the wedding. They're going to film it up to the wedding and then film the wedding. They're going to then sell it onto a TV company. So this last 2 days of it being in the press that she split up with him, that'll be used heavily in there, I would imagine. It'll give them something to talk about. Russell will leave him till last. No, we'll leave him till last year. Gary Barlow, I seen a picture of Gary Barlow today. You might have seen it, folks. I'd not. He's there with his wife and his family wife, 2 girls, and someone who looked like a quarterback for one of the top teams in that there America. There's a lad there. Gary's not he's a bit vertically challenged, he's Gary. I'm 6'1", I'd tower over Gary, but there's a fella up there. He John Cleese me. He's ginormous. He looks about 6'6", and I'm thinking to myself, Gary, you need to look into this. She's either been playing away, unless he's adopted. He might have adopted, I don't know. But if he's not adopted, she's been playing away. No doubt about that at all. I'd look into that, honestly. He must have thought about it before now, surely. Maybe he's adopted, I don't know. Trump, the Don, brilliant. Have you seen the Don today? Absolutely brilliant. His speech there, it's just mustard. A day or two from the election, honestly, he's digging bigger and bigger holes for himself, honestly. He's on about, we're going to drill. We're going to frack. We're going to frack like we've never fracked before. He said, you there, you, and you, beautiful, and all you. He said, but you can't say that. You can't call a lady beautiful anymore. You can't say that. You can be in lots of trouble. So I can't say that. I thought, you just said it. You pointed it out, man. I'm thinking, do you know what you're on about? Do you know what you're on about? Very, very strange. Very strange. And then Russell. I told you it was him to us. Russell Brand. Yes, it's turned out today. I thought it all ended. I thought he'd got away with it all. He might get away with it all. Maybe there's nothing to get away with. He says he's done that wrong. I, for one, am a doubter. I think he has. I do. Honestly, I think he has. What they saying, who was it today? The Scotland Yard said they prepared a file and sent it to the CPS for them to have a look at and to decide whether they want to charge Russell Brand with sex offences against a number of women. And I thought, we'd heard only 6 months ago that nothing was happening from all the discussions. He was like scot-free. Doesn't look like it's the case after all, does it? No, it doesn't like it at all. I know many of you like him. He's got millions of followers. That's fine. He says some big fancy words and he looks a bit weird and he throws his arms about and often doesn't have a shave. If that's for you, Gran, that's all right, I don't throw my arms about as much. I don't know the big fancy words. He says some words I've never even heard of. I have to look them up. He's a lot cleverer than me. He's been clever for the last 20 or 30 years, I think, getting away with some things. But if he has done them, they'll come down on him, because after what's happened with the police now, with the Al-Fayed and all these things now, they're under pressure now to not leave things years and years and years or do nothing about things. They're under pressure now to investigate these complaints earlier. That's what they're under pressure to do. So all I will say is, if there's any juice in these complaints, if they're true, then they've got to go for him, and I'm sure they will. I think we'll know in the next few weeks what the CPS are going to do. Be a bit of a fall from grace, will that, for our Russell, there's no doubt about it. But we'll see what goes on. Anyway, as I heard about it, you'll hear about it. Don't worry about that.